All right, everyone. What is going on? It is 11 o'clock. We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. It is Friday. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're all set to have a fantastic weekend. Got some fun stuff lined up with friends, family, or even getting to work, whatever it is you're doing. I hope it's going to be great. And today, as we do every Monday through Friday, we're getting together right here on YouTube. We're live streaming and we're getting to work on building a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Last year, we made just shy under $100,000 in revenue. This year, we're going for $250K. We'll see how we get there. And yeah, we're going to dive right in. Yesterday, we were looking at designing our new blog page and our new blog section, and we're going to continue right on into that, and we're going to design the internal pages. So what we did yesterday was kind of this whole landing page for the entire blog, which is here. You're gonna go into the blog page, and you have the sidebar, and you have the posts. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff. Nothing too complicated here. And now we're gonna take a look at the internal page when you actually look at an individual post. So we're gonna see if we get that done today. So I only have a short time with you today. I think I have about half an hour until I got to turn into a pumpkin here for the weekend. So let's see how far we can get with this. And I think we can get pretty far because I think we have an idea of what we want to do. So if we go here in Webflow, if we go to our little blog section, our internal blog. So this is kind of what we have. So we're already kind of close-ish to what we want. But I think we need to, number one, we need to change it to our new layout. So let's do that. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to our blog page. Let's close this here for a second. And let's take a look at what we actually have for our layout here, because I can't. Yeah, let me take a quick screenshot of this. And I'm just going to paste it here so I can reference it. Okay, so let's go back to our blog posts. And yeah, right here. So we basically, we don't want an actual blog post header. We basically want, let's just put that out here. Let's just put that in container. And then even in here, geez, I guess we can just call this our blog. And actually, got to put this in another. We're going to call this blog container, actually. Did that work? Oh, it didn't. Blog container. And, oh, what the hell? Cancel that. Reload. Rolando, how you doing? Good to see you. My opinion, we should change the table of contents and the sidebar to the right. Remember that in the West, we read from left to right. Yes. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the sidebar is going to be on the right because that's what it's like in our main blog page. And yeah, we're going to put that onto the right for sure. 100%. 100%. I don't know why I put it there. I think I know why, because usually if you're looking at specifically just a table of contents, I want it to be more like of a menu for this. So menus are typically found on the right-hand side. So that's why we did that here. But yeah, we're going to shift it to the left for sure. Or to the right. Kevin, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. How you doing today? Good to see you. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, we crashed. Right. Okay, so we crashed. So section, container. Okay, we lost everything. Oh, no, we didn't. It's right here. So that's our blog. This is our blog container. Okay, and this is where we need to have our two different blocks. So we have our blog content. What is going on? I feel like I'm going to have to stop using Brave to use Webflow because it's been causing me issues this past week. I wonder if they've made any kind of updates that's causing some issues. Blog sidebar. Okay. So blog content. I mean, we're basically going to be throwing this stuff in here. Actually, I don't even know. We need to think about how we actually want it to look. Okay, so yeah, we're still going to want to have the sidebar here. And I actually don't think I want to have a table of contents for the blog for an individual section or blog post. I don't think it's necessary. I think we're just going to stick with a traditional sidebar. Pretty sure that's what we're going to stick with. And then we throw this down here. And then this whole section here, you can go. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. But, however, one thing that I know that I do want to do is I don't want the sidebar to... Okay, stop that. Cancel this. No, don't save. What I'm thinking is I don't want to have the sidebar to appear until after the intro video and the title and the other metadata that we're going to have. So the table of contents for a blog post helps you position yourself with SEO, increasing the keywords for which you can appear. So I guess what I'm saying from when I was thinking about that was, again, looking at Neil Patel's site. And if you look at this guy, he's kind of like the king of like SEO traffic, and like how to increase stuff on your blog, and like how to get higher rankings. And if he's not doing it, it just leads me to question whether like you do have to have that. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I hear what you're saying and it makes sense to me intuitively, but then if that's the case, why isn't this guy doing it? Because again, he's like one of the industry's top leading guys in terms of being able to drive SEO traffic. And then what we can do is we can focus more on converting people with our call to actions than we can with the table of contents. Because again, if we're thinking about specifically SEO, I mean, obviously the quality of the content and our headings and our tags and everything like that should play a whole lot of a larger factor than whether we also have a table of contents, which is just going to repeat the same words over again. So like, I know it increases the keywords too, but there's also keyword stuffing that I think you need to be careful of to not make sure that, that negates your rankings. Although I don't think we'd have a problem with that, with just having a little navigation on the sidebar. Okay, so it's a good point, and I'll be honest, it's like I'm ignorant to knowing which is going to be the best way SEO wise. Okay, so right, I want to, instead of the blog container, I do want to put in, we're going to call this just the blog header. So we're going to put some things here. So I just renamed it. You saw, I said it, blog header. There we go, weird. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all this intro stuff up at the top in the header. No, not the content. You can stay there. Okay. So I'm going to rename a few styles here. Blog, header image, blog header video. And yeah, let's have the title on top. We're gonna go, I need another div here. I'm gonna throw this in there. And what I wanna do is I wanna create a div class that's strictly for sizing. So now I'm trying to think of our style sheet and what we have for styling. And I know that we don't have anything specific for section sizing. Yeah, we just have the regular sections, but we don't have anything else like the client first does in terms of container, wide, small, or whatever. So I think we're going to have to make up our own one. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go container and then give it a number for how wide we want it to be. And maybe we'll go 50. And of course, we want to make sure that it's centered. And blog header, I think we also want to make sure everything else is centered inside. Oh, I put this as blog header? That's weird. That should be table of contents. Huh. Okay, weird. Okay. I think what we can do at the top is we can put in, I think I want to see the category. Up at the top. Okay. Rolando, I was looking at his blog, and if you look, almost everything is written in the form of a list, which increases the keywords. If you're going to write that way, then you could exclude it. That is really interesting. So like the entire, like a post is in a list? That is interesting. Entry, image, H2. And then he's got some lists here. Block heading. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, and I think, or maybe it's what you mean too is just like, yeah, it's like number 5, number 4, number 3. Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. Okay, it's definitely something to keep in mind. Just like just like see how like see how he writes. He has lots of outgoing links as well too. He does that quite a bit, whether it's on his own stuff or outbound, which is really cool. So if you're writing in like that way, then it does increase your keywords. Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay. SEO. So right. That color is going to be, we're going to have it secondary. We're going to bold it. I want to make it smaller, actually. Everything's zoomed in, so I have to look at the actual sizing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. In addition, it has 6 schema installed in the blog spot. Right. And so that's the stuff that you're really trying to nail into my head that I need to do. So roger that. Okay. So he does a lot. So basically, he does a lot of stuff to make sure that he's going to get really, really good SEO rankings. So something I need to definitely pay attention to. Okay. Blog H1. Why is it not updating the class? This is really strange. Let me refresh this for a second. Weird. Very strange. Okay, so it's an H2. That's a little bit smaller than what I wanted. So I think we're going to create our special heading just for the blog. Blog heading. So that's, yeah, it's a little bit too big for my liking. I think that 1 EM is going to be good. Let's lock that in. So he has article schema, FAQ schema, image object, organizational web page, website. And to get all that stuff, is he using, are there like WordPress plugins that do all that stuff for you automatically? And then the question is how do I do that in Webflow? Anyway, it's going to be some stuff to learn to figure out all of that stuff. Because, yeah, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, going to have to learn. Okay. So we have the category, we have the title. Is there anything else that we want? He's doing it via JSON, so it's just kind of like custom code that he's having, getting it like injected in there. Interesting. All right. Probably wouldn't be a bad blog to study for SEO and seeing what he's doing. Because, you know, he goes above and beyond just the, you know, making sure your title tags are correct and all that stuff. Okay. Do we need the author here? I think we could put the author down below. Okay. Yeah, for a bottle of maple, I would be happy to help you. Yeah, I'll go. I'll start tapping the tree and draining some of that syrup. Yeah, no, you have a deal. Absolutely, you have a deal. I'll get the good stuff too, not the crappy Aunt Jemima kind of stuff, but the real maple syrup. All right. So, do I have a GitHub? Yeah, I have a GitHub. I haven't used that one in a while though. But yeah, I have a GitHub. I think my username is just my first name, last name. So Odum Idika. I think it's just. I'll put it in the chat there. I think that's what it is. Okay, so we're blog container, we're at blog content. So let's rename this. Rich text. Okay, a little bit of work we need to do to this rich text here, but I think we could worry about that a little bit later. So let's delete that. Let's go to our blog page here just for a second. Let's just copy everything here in the sidebar. And let's paste it. All right. What do we got? The blog metadata here. So that's good. So should we have any, yeah, with GitHub, yeah, you could share code without any problems. Yeah, cool. Right on. Right on. Thank you. Okay, so should there be any kind of call to action below the post? In fact, hang on. Before we even get to that, let's give us some space here. More than that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little bit tough to see because this is just dummy text, which just really, really sucks, but okay. You should add the name and image of the author in the sidebar so you'll be able to position yourself as a reference. You should add the name and image. Oh, I see what you mean. Like the actual author of the article, right? Yeah, and I'm thinking, give the user security that it's a real person and it's not like an actual, like AI robot. What I was thinking is instead of the sidebar to actually have it below the content here. I mean, I guess it could go either way, really, as long as they're somewhere. But if we go here, and we'll just go blog author. I already have an existing class. So where is that being used? I need to see where that's being used. Oh, I know where it's being used. I think it's being used on the blog page here. Blog author. Okay, so let's do something a little bit different. Blog. Why do you want? We'll just call it blog author details. Okay, and when we go into our actual authors, what kind of information do we have? We have picture, we have the bio summary, and what else should we have? I mean, I guess we could put like email address. We could put in other details. Do we want to put that? Maybe. Let's go email. Email address. Save that, and then we'll go here. Whoops, not here. Go to the author. Email address. Put that in there. And summary. Yeah, we should put something. Just placeholder for now. And I'm the Pixel. And I love to write about web design and being an entrepreneur, or maybe a wantrepreneur at this point. Entrepreneur. All right, and I'm going to look at, need to find a thumbnail. Maybe it's avatar. Where, I need to find looking for an avatar of myself. I know I have one somewhere. There we go. And we'll throw that in there. Okay. Great. Author details. Choose image. No, not from there. We're going to go author picture. Why is not working? There we go. Custom description. Although we should have author's name there. There we go. Okay. Blog, author, avatar. Oh, this keyboard is driving me insane. I think what we're going to do, I think we'll do a very simple 2-column layout here. And, oh, right, I can't edit grids in here. Oh, this is so stupid. Maybe instead of grid, let's just, maybe if we go flex, maybe flex will be okay, because what we can easily do is we're going to limit this to, we don't want this to be very big at all. And we want to make sure the image fills the cover, just in case the image isn't actually square. So we'll put that to cover. And I think the details, yeah, it's already in the middle, so that's perfect. And I think having nice rounded corners would be good. Border, which you guys can't see. Let me move my face to the other side here. Okay, so blog, author, I don't know, we'll just go description. I think I might need to come up with better class names, but it's not too bad. I've seen worse. Okay, so we're going to have, I feel like my enter key is not working. And we're going to have name. No, not text. Delete that. Paragraph. And bio summary. And we're going to have email. But how do I want to do this? I think I know. And this is email, get email address from email address. Yeah. But we also, yeah, we need to get the text because we want the text to actually display the email address. There we go. Question. Question. When you add code element in Webflow, does it allow you to dynamically grab data from the back end? I asked because I saw that you grab the alt of the image dynamically. So yeah, if it's so you can for some things, because the way that this page here is a little bit different, because this, like, it's purple here, because this is a page that's built on a collection based in the information that's in the database. So whatever's in the database, you can just grab it on this page and put it anywhere. So yeah, so you can on these pages. When you're on other pages, you have to do some other different workarounds in order to be able to get any kind of dynamic data. But of course, Webflow does have a robust API, and a lot of people have done some really cool things where they do get information from the database on a page that's outside the specific page that is geared towards that collection. So basically, if I can just indulge me for like 2 seconds here. So when you create a collection here, whatever you can create, like blog posts, authors, characters, it's categories. It's just collecting just creating like a table in a database. And then when you create this collection, when you go onto the pages, it automatically creates this CMS collection page, which is a dynamic page which generates, like that's how it gets the blog post, right? So every page it generates can be a different item in that collection. So like every blog post is using this page to render out the dynamic content, if that makes any sense. Okay, so could you add fields to the collection with the keywords and take them from there and put it into the, like from the back end? Yeah, like if you had the, yeah, 100%. Like you can go in, blah, 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 blah. Like if I go into this blog post collection, if I wanted to add in like, you know, keywords or whatever, and then yeah, you can populate those keywords into the database, and then you can, on this page, just draw them out and then put them wherever it is you need to put them. Yeah, 100%. And you can even put them in the metadata. You can put them anywhere, right? So yeah. So yeah, I think I'm seeing kind of where your brain is going there. And a way to easily be able to take keywords and just inject them into whatever schemas or whatever that we might want to have. Okay, so, right, so we have all this. I just wanted to throw this in a block, because we're going to say blog, author email. Yeah. And then we're going to put in, oops, a little text block. Yeah, I'll just, whatever. If you'd like to get in touch with me, email me anytime at, and we'll just have the link there. And let's just flex that. A little bit of space there. Yeah. Okay, let's add a little bit of margin there. And I think what would be nice to do, let's put this in its own little box per se, a little box of content. And if we look at this flex, we want to put in, yeah, my enter key is not working very well. Okay. Blog, author, so we're already using that class. I'm going to go like this, full name. We're going to bold it. I'm going to make it, I'm going to unlink that. We're going to make it slightly bigger. I think that's 18 pixels. And make it darker. Yeah, neutral 900. Blog, author, description. Right. We'll just call it profile. And this one here, we're going to give it no margin because we're going to do that through here. Because we're going to flex this element and add our gap here. And that's too much. Maybe it should just be something like this. Email me. Or should I even say that? Should I just have my email right there? I'm not sure. But let's take a look at our text and let's change it. Okay, I have to think about the design and the look and feel of this. It's not the greatest, but because I don't like email. I just wanted, yeah, I don't know exactly what I wanted to say, but we'll change it. Okay. So looks wise and design wise, I think this is pretty much exactly what I want. We got lots of call to actions, so that's really great. What we need to do, of course, is we need to actually design the rich text. I think there's some issues that we need to do with our headings and our text for like the headings text size, and then of course our quote here. But that's small details. That shouldn't take too long. Yeah, let's switch to the different pages. So this is one that doesn't have a video, but just has an image. And has the author. Nice. I like it. Except I think with this, I'm going to take out the border radius. Yeah, I'm liking the sharper corners, but then rounded for all the buttons and the call to actions. But everything else have sharp corners. Kind of like that juxtaposition kind of thing that's going on there. Although, this is the one thing I worry about these images. Is this taking up too much space? Do we want the user to get right into the content? Again, I guess we'll just take Neil Patel here as an example. So I hope you enjoy reading this blog post. Click here. Okay. So he jumps right into it pretty quickly here. Of course, he's got some more SEO juice here in terms of what the actual like breadcrumbs of where you are. So that's kind of a neat idea. Then he does have an image, and then he just gets right into the content. So if I look at this difference, I'm just going to zoom out here. Yeah, so he gets to the content a lot faster than I do. mean, we could look at this section over here. It's coming up pretty high. What do I have for the blog section? I don't have anything. So maybe we can just get rid of that, and that'll add in a couple extra, or that'll remove a few extra pixels. Yeah. We could also make the image smaller as well too. Yeah. Right. What does he do for his call to actions below his post? Just as a conclusion, just have share. That's one thing that we don't have is sharing. I like this too. He does have this little about thing here on his sidebar. And I guess this is probably the same if he's always writing. I think it's just him. It's Neil Patel. So I'm sure he's the one who's writing all of the blog posts. So he just kind of has this kind of static here. And then learn more to the about. Actually, that's actually really a good idea. I like that. And maybe this should go on the sidebar. I don't know. It doesn't hurt to take a little bit of copy paste from the greats out there. You know, not too much shame in that. Definitely not copying the look, obviously, of his blog or anything like that, but just what he might be doing in order to help him with his search engine juice. Okay, so I like it. I think we're coming along, and yeah, and Rolando, SEO is super, super important. It's one of the things that I really want to focus a whole lot of attention on, even more so than what the actual site itself looks at. So starting next week, I'm really going to start digging into that and really starting to figure out how I could make sure that I'm doing things, I'm writing my content in a way that makes sense, and I'm also doing all the things that I need to be doing in order to make sure that I set myself up for success long term, not just, in the short term, just long term, and really making sure I could start ranking for some really, really great search terms, which is going to be super helpful. Getting that organic traffic, I think it's going to be very key to the success and the growth of Pixel. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty high priority. I think like search engine stuff, writing the blog post, which is also at the same time, it's creating the videos. So we want to have search for the YouTube search, and we want to have search for just Google search. And then of course, then the third thing, number 3, would be continuing to develop and grow and improve upon Pixel Pieces, which is our actual product. We can't forget about that. We have to put in just as much time making sure our product is so good it makes people just they can't say no to it, right? We just have to create like the best product ever. So we can't forget about that and what it is our ultimate goal is as well too. Well, to educate people and to provide them with so much value and such amazing products that they're happy to give us our money, right? But again, in exchange for insane value. So that's what we're all about. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for today because I do have to run. I can never meet my time deadlines. I'm always late, but work comes first, I guess. So thank you for joining, Rolando. Thank you for your comments, Kevin. Good to see you in here as always, and appreciate all the support, the likes and the comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Don't drink too much tequila. Stay cool, I guess, or maybe stay warm if you're in someplace cooler like I am. But in any event, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday for a brand new stream. All right, guys, take care.